Now, there's been a couple of interesting issues that came up, like why not publish one price list per year? Because it doesn't take care of buyers. It doesn't take care of consumers. It doesn't care if people say, I'd like to know something about prices. They're not going to be experts on discounts. Why don't you wait to drop the list? Interesting. And everyone is really angry about that. I mean, they are really upset at me. I mean, I am in a situation here where tremendous, blacklists and boycotts, and the whole industry is united, What are you, crazy? How could you go down? And how could I not? And let me explain to you why I couldn't wait. One reason not to wait is because buyers expect the prices to come down before they buy. Let's assume the Chinese are going to come back into the market, which I really believe and hope they will. And let's assume it'll be in weeks. Now, as they're coming back into the market, bang, let's hit them in the head. Lower the prices, Rapaport. No, I can't do that. It's wrong. Another thing, they're waiting. They're saying, I'm not going to buy until I see the Rapaport prices come down because I know it's going to come down because we know the market got weaker. So they're waiting. I don't want buyers to wait now. We're dying for liquidity. We want people to buy. We want to give them a reason to buy. And anyone that thinks that a buyer doesn't think about if it's a good price to buy. I know there's a mentality in the diamond industry where saying prices went down, let's hide under our bed. But in fact, buyers, and there are buyers, they want to get a reasonable price. You lower the price, they buy. Another very important factor is, and I know people get very upset at me for saying this, the best time to go down with prices is when there is no market. You're not selling anything. The price went down rapidly. Now, it's a psychological hit, and you feel bad, and I feel bad that you feel bad. I really do. I understand that, and I'm not insensitive to everybody's concerns. Man, you made me really feel bad, and I hate you, Rapaport, for that. I understand that, and I have empathy. I feel bad for everybody. But we need to have a market. We need to be honest about the prices. So that bad feeling versus the Chinese coming back into the market. Now, if the price went down and no one's trading, or you're not trading, why are you going crazy? What happened to you? Did it cause the market now to change? No, not for you. So yeah, we have to reflect reality, and I must say that I really, really feel bad for people that are in this terrible situation right now. And I'm also in a terrible situation where we got 230 employees all working from home. We have people in India, we don't know what's going to happen with them. We got people in New York who are totally freaked out. 3,000 deaths in the United States right now. New York is like an epicenter. I haven't left my house in 5 or 6 days. All of our teams are working. So, this is not something that, it's some other guy out there. No, I'm in this market as well. So the bottom line here is that when we go down with prices, there's a reason. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry that it hurts people. But I don't have a choice if we're going to maintain an honest, credible price list or an honest, credible numeric price or honest, credible benchmark price. It's not an option and say, market went down, we're not going down. Or we're just going to go back to the other price list. No, I don't care which price list people use. It's fine, really. Whoever is selling a diamond gets to make up his mind or her mind about what the price of that diamond should be. No interference. No, we don't care. We're not pushing. But I got to let the buyers know, hey guys, this is the Rapaport price list. So you can work with it. You can think of where you go, especially since we're so. So why drop the prices when there's no transactions? Because we're not looking at the transactions of that week. We're looking at what happened from the last time we moved, and we're looking at asking prices. That's where we are, okay? So it's not a question of, there's no transactions, you can't change the Rapaport price list. You can't freeze the market, everybody. You can't tell the world to stop turning, okay? And the asking prices exist, the market exists. Even now, we talk to people, they are actually selling stuff in the most difficult of times. We went, and so we're doing an auction. And by the way, I have to really speak out against President, what's his name, Van der Linden over here, who says a couple of things. He says, number one is, it is once again claiming, it's Rapaport, it's not preaching to the industry that the Rapaport group alone knows what is best for the interest of the industry. I'm not knowing what's best. I'm telling you what I think. You can use it, you cannot use it. But don't blame me if people respect the opinion that I give. And I'm not telling everybody what they have to do. I'm allowed to have an opinion. By the way, President Ronnie is going to be too. Let him make his own Ronnie price list. Let him go ahead. Let's see if he has the guts to do it. Okay? But the bottom line isn't me or Ronnie. The bottom line is shipping goods, doing transactions, and that's the reason I brought this up. So we have these goods, right? We're running an auction. And by the way, these ideas that we run auctions and therefore we change prices, it's nonsense. That's not the basis of the prices. First of all, most of the goods that we sell at auctions in Israel give parnassa, give a livelihood to hundreds or so people that they now have what to work on. And what they're doing is they're taking recycled goods from America and they're recutting. And that's great. And those are not A3 spec diamonds, and they're not close to it because they're being recut or refinished or refixed mostly because they're coming from appraisers and recyclers and people reselling diamonds. Mostly, not all, but mostly. So that nonsense, and I do have to also call out on Ronnie one more time when he says, oh, conflict of interest. It's nonsense. It's not true. And I wish people, do this, especially the president, and stuff like that. They should be careful what they say. But in any case, the real issue here is, so we have a price list, and then we have an auction that ends Wednesday. It didn't end before the price moved in. And then I can't move the goods, which was really a bummer. And we have these Israelis that are relying on the goods to make their living. And yes, they're still working in Israel even now, some people, legally with following rules, although I think everything's stopping pretty much. So we can't move goods. So we have an issue about that. But even if we can't move goods, there's still people selling goods. So we have to be careful about what we're doing. So why drop the prices, no transactions? We're based on transaction rates. Now, shouldn't there be no list when in crisis? Now, that's an interesting question. So when there's difficult times, should we just fold up our umbrellas, crawl into our beds, which we have to do now because of the coronavirus, and say, no market? Now, there's a big fundamental difference, maybe between me and a lot of people. I believe diamonds have value. Diamonds are not just a luxury product. They're not like a pair of shoes or some kind of a handbag. Diamonds have to have value. They have to be a store of value in troubled times. So when things get difficult and you can get to somebody who can buy it, there has to be a market. Someone's got to give you money for them. They have value. And if you say to me, no, diamonds are just sparkly things. Okay, screw this business. Let's just sell cubic zirconia. Let's just sell synthetics. We have to have a product that we stand behind. So when there's a crisis, this crisis is different. It's health. There's no access. But my general belief is in a crisis is the most important time for people to effectively buy diamonds at cheap prices. I'm not telling you what price it should be. But there has to be liquidity. And I do not think it's right or it's capable of the industry to go, excuse me, times are tough, take your diamond and have a hike. Because if that's true, then we are now destroying one of the main reasons people buy diamonds or how they feel of diamonds, that diamonds are a store of value. In troubled times. When you escape, Nazi Germany, or when you're in Iran and there's problems, or whatever you are, okay? Or you're in South Africa, you need to take money out. This story of diamonds being a store of value is fundamental to diamond demand, and I don't think it's correct to walk away from it, and therefore I don't think we should shut down the price list or even the industry when we have these tough times. And I don't think that, we really have to have an industry that can support. And remember, you make money if you buy cheap. You got to have the guts. You have to have I'm not preaching to you. Do what you want. But I'm looking at the market, and I'm saying market should be able to buy. Some people make more money when prices go down than when they go up. So I mentioned these policies. So what am I doing about this? People are angry, and you'll see boycotts, but what am I actually doing about it? I'm going to review that again. Monthly price lists, not weekly. Everybody can breathe, inhale, exhale, get information from the market, you guys. Communicate with Rapaport, you guys. Let's see what's happening. Give people information for the duration. So we're not turning off the spigot of information about diamond prices. No. We're giving you accurate prices from RapNet about discounts, whatever we have. Bang, there it is. That's going to be coming out. And we're going to use the price that I said, which is the best price, and the 10% best prices, the average of the 10%. Then we're going to give you these ranges so everybody can know why and when is Rapaport likely to change prices. What's going on here? Is this arbitrary? Is this crazy? No. I'm telling you, you're going to see stuff more than 40 below, hopefully when the coronavirus goes away, or even now it's 45. They'll say, oh, it's 46. Rapaport's going to go down. And he probably will go down. It's not perfect because you might have certain price information that we're looking at that's not certain things that are not on RapNet, for example. or certain prices where we're doing our extrapolation and we're doing our expert stuff. But in general, you'll have a pretty consistent basis of understanding where are diamond prices relative to the Rapaport price list at any given day, or certainly once a week, and everybody will get the weekly. And also, when is he likely to move, or when is not me only? When is the price list, the indicator, this benchmark price? When is it likely to move? And what is the kind of a discount level that we should be expecting here? And we're gonna put together an advisory board that can come to us and say, hey, you should know this item is 25 or 30 below. You got to go up here, or then you got to go down here, because now they got a benchmark and now they got a range, which is where it's supposed to be. And they can advise us and they can talk to us about this. So there's going to be a lot of this going on. Now, I see people raising your hands. You'll have to wait. When it's done, we'll have a lot of time to answer questions. So this is what we're doing to react to the difficult times, and also to recognize that the world changes. The world changes, and we have to be more transparent if we can be, which is also why I'm doing this talk today. So this is a cornerstone of where we're going. Now we talked about a trade sheet. What is a trade sheet going to look like? Well, if you're looking at the trade sheet now, so you look at a D flawless, the best price would be something like 8,010. I believe this is live. I think it's pretty much from today, or the next few days ago. And then you're at 8658, which is 48 below, which is the average price. Now, as you hear what I'm saying, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a 3% correction in the D flawless on the May 1 price list. Shouldn't freak anybody out. And now if you find something which is like 26 below, subject to the structures or something, we may end up going up. Okay, 30, 31 below, it was 30 to 25 below. Look at these M color I1s, what kind of I1s they are. But basically, we will have a range. We will have people we will talk to. We will look at what's, and you got to understand the prices isn't just Martin Rapaport. It's a team of people who are working as hard as they can, day and night, to make sure that we're getting things correct. So this is going to go out every week to people. And it'll also be available online in real time. Just let you see it a little bigger so you can actually see the numbers. So there's quite a bit going on around here. You might see some corrections as we go on, but again, I don't know which date exactly this is.